So welcome back, OLAP 2046. Happy Valentine's Day. Been really sick all weekend and decided to make one of my last videos for the winter season, going back to the Berghaus Ulvetanna Parka that I reviewed last year twice. So today was -2 degrees when I left home, and it's been warming up slowly, but it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And I wore the Ulvetanna Parka today, and I realized a few things about it. It was also very windy, so I've been wearing this for about a year now, and this is a re-review of this awesome jacket. Now, Berghaus, I thought they discontinued this jacket, but I realized they still make it. But it's called the Berghaus Ulvetanna. It's I think it's a hybrid down with synthetic material inside the jacket. So little changes for the 2016, 2015, 2016 winter season, but it's the same overall jacket. This jacket is just 100% down. It's a waterproof outer shell. It's a big heavy parka similar to the Canada Goose Langford jacket, or Citadel, Canada Goose Citadel, in terms of warmth and size of this jacket. Now I reviewed this jacket, you can see my last year review, but just to go over some points about that, I'm 5 foot 8 inches, 155 pounds, and I'm wearing a size small in this jacket, and it measures about 24 inches across the chest. I'm gonna just zip it up so you guys could get a good look at it. So it measures 24 armpit to armpit across the chest, and about 34 to 35 inches from the bottom of the hood down to the bottom. Now I have added hem cinches to this jacket on the side, hem toggles, to cinch up the width of it, so it tames the width. One of the shortcomings of this jacket that I said in my last videos is that I felt for the size, it's really wide. It's a wide jacket, and I felt it should have been more narrow. But in addition to it being wide, it also sort of flares out at the bottom, so it goes out sort of slightly like that. So when it's windy, what that means is cold air easily gets inside the jacket from the underside. So by adding the hem cinches, it cinches it up against my hips and my legs as I'm outside to keep it sort of tame the width. But I still think it's a pretty wide jacket for the size. So been wearing this as a really warm coat, and a lot of positives about it. The big positive is I like that it's waterproof. I wore this in a snow blizzard that sort of left this coat wet. It wasn't that cold. It was like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, but the snow melted on top of the jacket, and the jacket was wet, but because it's waterproof, the feathers and everything stay dry. As well as when you wear this, you sweat. Sometimes it's normal. You're gonna wear this jacket, you're gonna sweat a little bit. The feathers inside this jacket is waterproof, so it's a hydro down insulation of feathers. So what that means is you could sweat through the feathers will stay dry. So even if it gets wet from the inside, the feathers stay dry. The waterproof shell keeps the feathers dry from outside. So it's a really, really cool thing. Now, in the year I've been wearing this jacket, I realized some things that bothered me about it. First is the center zip and the length of the jacket. I feel that it's a two-way zip. It's easy to slide up and down zip, but I feel that the zip should be longer down to the bottom, I think. It sort of cuts off right here at the sort of mid-crotch length, and when you don't have it buttoned, cold air gets in there easily, and I feel like it should zip all the way from the bottom. Like I've seen Canada Goose, the Langford, and the Citadel parkas, they zip all the way from the bottom, so you zip it and you zip it up. Here it zips from like the mid-crotch area. I felt it should have been a longer zip to keep the elements out. Now the button snaps I really like. I don't like Velcro in jackets like these, because what happens with the Velcro is it's really easy to get a scarf or anything like stuck in that Velcro, and it doesn't look good after a while. It doesn't last long, so I really like the button snaps. And it's a two-way storm flap in the center. Now the button flaps are a little hard to get with gloves on, as well as the one down here, but you know, you get used to that. The pockets I found, it's a positive I'm going to insert right here, are windproof. And because they're windproof, they're very warm. So initially I said these weren't hand warmer pockets because there's no down insulation outside, but you put your hands in the pockets and it's really warm because it's completely windproof and waterproof out here, and the outer pockets for hand warming. You can also use the chest pockets up here, and these are also windproof as well. So it keeps your hands warm. So these are hand warmer pockets. I apologize for stating they weren't, simply because there's no down insulation on the outside, but because it's windproof and it's a thick outer shell, it does keep your hand warm without gloves or with gloves. So great positives there. Now, so I just sort of wish the center zip was a little longer as well, and I kind of wish still the jacket was a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna just overflap it so you guys can see kind of what I mean. Like, so I wish the jacket was more like tapered like this, so it hugged my body a little bit more so you guys could see. I wish it would fit more slender. Now I know a lot of guys or men don't like, you know, thin metrosexual fitting jackets. So I guess a lot of guys will appreciate the width of this jacket. But like I said, this is a size small and it's 24 inches, armpit to armpit. And a 24-inch measurement of a jacket like this is similar to what an XL would be or a large jacket would be. So it doesn't fit large, it fits like a medium, basically, in saying that. Another negative is this hood ruff. The fake fur trim is snapped in there. So what that means is when you wear in the hood, there's a lot of space for wind to get inside the fur trim here. So I'm gonna put it on so you guys can take a good look at it. So when the hood is up, there's a big gap right there. See my hand go out? So I kind of wish a lot of these fur trim things, they zip into the jacket. This one button snaps in. And because it button snaps in, it leaves a lot of gap between the fur and the actual hood. So when it's over your face, it's real easy for cold air to blow inside, not inside the hood, but into your face. So I kind of wish it was zipped in. It leaves a lot of gap in the fur trim. And the fur trim, I know it looks, the conception is it's a fashion thing, but it definitely keeps your face and your forehead and your head warmer than if this wasn't there, I think. And it keeps the wind, I mean, the point of it is to keep the wind and the snow out of your face, out of this area. But because that hole is there and it's throughout the whole thing, it just gets right in there, I think, I feel. So I kind of wish it was zipped in. It was a zip-in fur trim. I mean, the benefits of that, it snaps off real easy. You just pull it off, it snaps off, and it comes back on. And I'm not even sure, I think the Canada Goose jackets zip in their trim. And the Canada Goose uses a real fur. This is a fake fur, or faux fur, as the French would say. And good thing this has 8 pockets. I really like the pockets. It is over the year I've worn this, I realized it's a really heavy coat. I have a previous video where I lined up all my down winter jackets, and this jacket on its own way more. I have about 4 or 5 down coats. Patagonia 800 fill down jackets. This is I think it's a 650 or 600 fill. I know it's somewhere in here. Can't see it, but this jacket weighs more than all my other down jackets combined together. It weighs maybe twice as much as those jackets. It's a really heavy jacket, but because it's heavy, -2 degrees today, it was really, really warm. And I'm gonna end the video, but what I do is to add a little extra warmth to this, and because there's a lack of a powder skirt or internal gaiter for the jacket, what I do is, what anyone could do is you could get one of these synthetic down vests or gilet, and you zip that up, and this is trim against your body, so this will keep all the heat in my core area right here. And what I could do is just slide this over the vest, and it will keep me warm even if wind or cold air gets through the bottom vents. And this is the beauty of it being a sort of a wide trim jacket. The beauty of that is, like, if cold air gets in, I have my internal protection to keep my body heat in. All this is doing is keeping my body heat against my body. And even if cold air blows in there, it's not gonna get into my core, which is kind of cool. So, like I said, I wish this opening wasn't here at all. I wish it zipped all the way from the bottom. Look at the Canada Goose videos, and you've seen most of those Canada Goose jackets, they zip all the way from the bottom. Another thing too about the center zip, it's not a snorkel hood. I've been asked questions about that through the YouTube comments and messaging. It's not a snorkel hood. So what this means is it's only gonna zip up to the top of your lip, or your top of your chin, bottom of your lip area. Snorkel hoods usually zip higher up, like over your nose and your face. This is not a snorkel hood, it's just a regular zip with a regular hood. And the hood adjusts just two-way. It is a warm hood. The hood is lined with down, the same down throughout the jacket. So it's a very warm hood, but when zipped up all the way up and everything's buttoned, a lot of my face is exposed. with the hood up, my face is still exposed. You can easily put a scarf around here or whatever, so it's not a big deal, but just keep in mind it's not a snorkel hood. Snorkel zips and hoods follow, the zip follows the hood, so it would zip up with the hood all the way up, and I'm getting really hot in this. So once you put this on inside, you're sweating. And really like it, I really appreciate this jacket. I had a Mammut Eiger Jock that I did a preview video on early in November, and I got rid of that jacket. It was not as warm as this jacket. Go back in that video. I'm not even gonna do a video review of the Mammut Eiger Jock. So I sold it. It wasn't as warm as this, and it didn't suit my needs basically. But this is a very durable outer shell. It also doesn't get dirty as easy. So I haven't washed it at all in the year I've been wearing it. But again, jackets like these you only wear on really cold winter days, and in New York, in the Northeast, you only get about maybe 20 days out of the year that you're gonna wear this jacket. 20 full, really cold days that you will wear this. Most of the winter season, you're gonna wear like a regular down jacket or a regular jacket, but this is extreme cold weather gear, and it's really warm. And that's my, after a year of wearing this, I guess, my post-honeymoon period take on the Berghaus Ulvetanna Parka. Really great parka. The prices on these have went down a lot. I've seen these as $200 shipped from the UK with shipping fees or whatever added on. But $200, I've seen these for as cheap as $200 online. Go to Amazon UK, they sell these. eBay as well, eBay UK sells these. And UK, United Kingdom, Europe, London. So look online, Google, and then put UK after the Google, I guess, .co or whatever. And you'll find a lot of these for really cheap. So it's a really great investment. I think next year, after owning this jacket, I'm really interested in buying a Canada Goose jacket. And then I'm gonna drop $1,000 down on a Canada Goose jacket. The reason being is that I know I could buy a Canada Goose jacket in like September, wear it through February or March, and sell it back for maybe what I paid, exactly what I paid for it, or even like more if it's like a limited edition color or a rare color or size. So I think I'm gonna invest in a Canada Goose jacket just so I could wear it and compare it to this to see how it stacks up. I haven't worn or owned a Canada Goose jacket, but I have friends that wear them, so I know a bit about them. But I think I want to own one for myself. So next year, a year from now, I'll probably come back here with that jacket and a Canada Goose. Most likely a Langford or a Chateau, or they have a new one I think I saw with baffled down. And I'm going to do a review on that, maybe a comparison review. So good things are happening to the channel. I have more videos coming soon. Going back to all BMW stuff after this month.